When are we going live?
Oh, here in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Guess I could turn on my camera, couldn't I? Hey,
No,
that
I
worked.
don't know.
Ah, I'm here.
Oh, turn it back off.
Yeah, really. Welcome, everybody.
You have a face for radio.
I know, right? Welcome
And a
to
voice for newspaper.
Welcome to Fowl Territory 311. I am your host, Gizzard Gary, and it is Monday. That's right, Monday, May the 12th. So, yeah, whoop-de-doo and all that stuff. The work week is underway once again. So, real quick, look who's with me. Abby says, told y'all he's on retirement time. Yeah, that's right. So here's my collection of panelists here. They are esteemed about something. I call them my esteemed panel. So, and
Like broccoli.
Yeah, my right hand man here, of course, is the one, the only, the world famous obnoxious one. Welcome to the show.
Yo.
There you go. Got that out of the way. Nobody else can use that now. All right. Glad to have you here. Next is directly from the Unloaded Media Empire himself. Rich White is with us.
Yo.
That's borderline.
I'll allow it.
It's kind of Vanilla Ice borderline. But yeah. Funny that's coincidentally like that, but we'll allow it. Thanks for being here. Now let's go down the bottom row and say hi to Mr. Excitement himself, Sergeant C4 Defense.
Hello, gentlemen. And barbecue.
Evening. I have nobody else said hi to you, Sarge.
Well, it's because we're trying to figure out who these gentlemen he's speaking to are.
Well, thanks for being here, Sergeant. Now I'm going to proceed to somebody who last week became the sixth person ever to appear on Fowl Territory 100 times. Here for episode 101 is Hillbilly Up.
Woohoo! I'll be taking autographs after the show.
You'll get all the accolades that come with such a prestigious honor.
You betcha.
In fact, you already got them.
That would have been a good trivia question.
Also want to say, May the 12th be with you. Or does that only work on the 4th?
That only works on the 4th.
Oh.
I don't know. It sounded like it worked pretty well for the 12th.
Yeah, it worked. Probably the only person on YouTube that said that today. Although I can't really verify that. But thank you for being here. Last but not least, he's a guy that goes by so many different names. I'm not sure what to call him.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because, you know.
Just don't call him late for dinner.
That's right. Call him 2A is blind. Call him Guns and Barbecue. Welcome to the show.
Good evening. How you doing? I meant yo. Sorry.
Hey,
triple
that's copyrighted.
Wow. The precedent's already been set. All right, so let's take a look out there and see who all has commented today. We got Alaska One, Andy, the first one in. We got Hasbro out there. And we have Hillbilly Up out there and in here. Rich White out there and in here. We got Abby Finnegan with a member anniversary, 32 months. Thank you. We got Mr. Bob Dabalina out there. We have living in Southwest Virginia, 1965, Steve out there in the audience. Denny's plant-based journey is out there. C4 Defense with the hashtag always late. And out there and in here, our tech and daughters in the audience. Let's see. Mr. Bob said, whatever time Gizzard Gary is living on, it's at least 8.5 minutes behind Tulsa time. It's more than that. Way more than that. We got Gerald Muir out there. And we got Jacob S. out there in the audience. And Ron 2A Matters out there. Anybody else? Oh, yeah. Fluffy 10 millimeter Jeep guy is out there, along with Anomaly Documentaries.
Oh, he's in the right place. This is definitely an anomaly that needs documented.
An anomaly, that's for sure. Another anniversary, C4 Defense, member for 37 months. Thank you. Thank you. TJ Fishing, all the way from down under, is here. So we've got an international audience. Wow.
Well,
How about that? Can't say we're nationwide. We're worldwide here on the
prestige worldwide.
That's right, on the Fowl Territory radio network, reaching out across the globe. Television network, whatever you want to call it. Media empire.
Gizzard, do you remember Prestige Worldwide's #1 hit?
No.
Okay, never mind.
What? How not?
Because it comes from a popular movie. That's why.
I know. It's all about boats and garden tools.
Hasbro says, does Mexico count as international? Still here? Yeah, it's on the other side of the wall. Abby says, luckily for me, my work week lasts as long as I have guns to work on. Tomorrow is a Mossberg 500 and a Glock 34. Well, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. And I wanted to let everybody know, because I know everybody's going to be super excited about this, as was I, to find out that Boomer Listens, my music reaction channel, is now up to 50 subscribers. Yay!
49.
So it's starting out slowly but surely. So we'll see how it goes. I'm all out of videos. I'm going to have to record something new. I've done just about something from everybody that's requested stuff so far.
Did you do one for me?
What did you request?
Well, I told you today in the chat.
Oh, I haven't done it yet. I haven't done any since last week. So
No, I'm just asking. So you haven't done one for me yet?
I have not.
Okay, so you're going to do one for me.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I did one for Abby this last week, and I've done a couple of Obies, a couple of Snobs. And then the other day in an after chat, Rich and Moo gave me a bunch of stuff. So I've got quite the backlog of songs to listen to. The one I did today, I think, only had 7 people. It was my daughter's suggestion. So turns out that more latter-day popular music, other than the Bohemian Rhapsody cover, now that did get a lot of views. It's still getting a lot of views. But Abby says, I'm still trying to pick tame suggestions. I don't know. Cannibal Corpse wasn't that wild. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So what's in the news? Anything that we need to cover today? What's in the 2A news? Anybody know anything?
We're hoping you tell us.
If you listen to the naysayers, the short bill is dead, which was going to take short-barreled rifles and shotguns off the NFA. And the Safe Hearing Act is now, they're looking to change that to where it goes from, instead of taking it off the NFA completely, goes to being a $5 tax stamp for suppressors instead of a $200 tax stamp.
How about
That would be amazing.
tax? But you still got to ask for permission.
Yeah.
I'll ask for permission more often if it's only $5.
So was there some news about suppressors today, or did I miss here? Or is anybody even up on current news?
Mixed reports that China's caving on the tariff thing. That they've come to the negotiation table with Trump.
Well, they better. Let's see. We've got some comments out there from, we got Alexis Hughes out there. It's a new name as far as I know. Whose idea was it to add extra taxes for short barrels? Wasn't mine.
That happened all the way back in 34. That's in 1934. So
Denny says the news was that suppressors will stay on the NFA. The push to remove them was completely ignored. The problem with any tax on NFA items is it creates a de facto registry, and that's not cool. Yeah, that's the part I have a problem with.
4473 being able to just be scanned in and cataloged by whatever the heck the system is that they have now, that's a registry.
Abby says,
I don't care if the ATF says, "Oh, we didn't turn on the search function, so it's not a registry." Like, it's there; they're disposable anytime they want it. It's a registry.
Yep. Abigail says, Alexis is an IRL friend of mine from middle school. Well, very cool. Well, welcome, Alexis. Glad to have you here. I have not bought any NFA items, registered anything like that.
Why?
Has everybody else done that? I know Sarge has.
Done what?
Because he has. You have a suppressor, don't you?
Yeah, I have one is all.
Hope
he's got like a dozen.
Yeah, I got a couple.
He's got a bunch.
I've got 4.
I'm sorry, I have 2. I forgot I got the little one.
I have no suppressors.
You got a mag light with freeze plugs.
Can we apply to get our tax stamp money back? The difference?
Should be able to
not.
deduct that on your income tax as a business expense. Yeah. See how that works out for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I have my eye on a new one. I've been having the guy look for it. Maybe I'll wait just a little bit.
You say, when does that go into effect?
No, it hasn't even made it out of committee yet.
Oh, never mind then. I can't wait that long.
Yeah, it's in the Ways and Means Committee now.
Oh, thanks for getting our hopes
of
up.
the House. Well, they killed it killed the other in committee. The Short Act, like I said, which is going to take short barrel rifles and shotguns off of the NFA. They killed that completely, from what everybody's saying. So.
Yeah, I believe the Ways and Means committee's right next to the Kurds and oh man, I forgot the name. Kurds and Way.
We got Fiku YT is out there. Denny says, I have some in a trust. Enjoy them. They already know who I am and where I live anyway. Well, that's true. Abby says, got to get her a handgun. Yes, we do.
So you're going to give her one, Gary?
Not me.
No,
that'd be an interstate transfer. That would not be legal.
You used the royal we there. I mean...
Surely there's somebody down that way that can take care of that.
Well, as long as you transfer it properly, it doesn't matter the fact that you're giving it away.
Well,
that's completely cool.
Yeah, as long as you send it to an FFL that's willing to do the transfer.
You just got to get her FFL information there. Bam, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'd have to pay an FFL here to ship it.
Well, so
if you drop
part of the cost of doing business,
drop ship it. Buy online from somewhere that has free shipping.
I think.
Yeah, look at that.
I think that's
Rich just solving problems.
Aside the law, isn't it?
As long as it's transferred.
Yeah, as long as it's being sent to another FFL to be transferred.
Alexa says, yeah, so
it's
far.
Not a straw purchase.
I only have a shotgun and a few hundred rounds of buckshot.
Yeah, it's not a straw purchase.
Unless you're doing something crazy like sending it to somebody to have them put it in their name to then give it back to you. Like, there's an issue.
I thought that only FFLs could mail stuff out of state.
Well, that people that sell it are FFLs online.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And as long as you're mailing it to the FFL.
Well,
that's just it. I don't think I can legally do that.
Gift it to them, yeah.
I know one thing you don't want to drop ship. That's a SIG P320.
Boom, boom.
We'll be here all week, folks.
So TJ Fishing says, I want to come over for a bear hunt, so I need to know which one of you are the slowest runner.
Probably Gary. He's got the shortest legs.
Probably it's going to be Gizzard.
Depends on how far we're going.
Like with the bears
Gary's been working out.
Complaining. Oh, geez, the bear's coming, and I wasn't ready.
I guess you ain't got any bears in the outback, huh, TJ?
I'll bet you inside of 100 yards I could run as fast as any of you.
I was going to say, here's the thing. Like, can anybody outrun a 22? 22 to the knee is going to ruin your day.
I'll take that bet, Gary.
Okay.
At goals, we're doing a 100-yard dash.
Okay.
Watch.
Oh, man. Can we start a betting pool right now? Like, does Gary even make it to the 100 yards? Does Gary smoke?
100 yards. We go much further than 100, I'm in trouble. But...
I don't think you remember how far 100 yards is.
You can do it on range day looking at the pictures of where the range is. It looks like it's got a nice flat dirt road beside it.
My running speed determines on what's chasing me.
I just tell people, if you see my fat ass running, you better just get going the same direction because there's something bad happening behind me.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Guys might want to run every once in a while. You never know when you might have to.
That's right.
I do during wrestling season. I need to do it all year, but
I chased a guy in my cowboy boots a few months ago, and
that was a good story.
I can't say what was the guy doing in your cowboy boots.
I was so disappointed that I wasn't losing the chase. I'm like, damn it. I have to keep running.
Just want to remind everybody, especially if you're new out there, we are having a giveaway We're giving away some swag as we always do. There'll be some stickers, some patches, some other stuff, and an Aegis sample trifecta from Aegis Gun Care, where you get a sample of their cleaner, their lubricant, and their lithium grease. And the hashtag to enter that giveaway, you can enter that now, is hashtag FT311.
But if you did it earlier, you're too soon.
Too soon, yeah. Actually deduct points if you enter too soon. That's true.
You have no chance. Don't even bother entering again. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. We gotta go back and like the show.
But if you enjoyed it,
There you go. 19 likes.
If you don't want to be disqualified, though, like the show, share it, and leave a comment later. That means you have to watch the replay.
And if
What
you like,
happens if you hit this little flag thing? Does that mean that you flags that you really like it? If you hit that button,
it could be bad.
Besides this, okay,
Could be bad.
but I do want to share it, right? Want to like it and share it, but I
And
don't hit the little flag.
if you want to see more content like this, click that subscribe button so you'll get notifications every week. Look at
How
this
did we
guy.
go back to 15 likes when it was 19 a minute ago?
Look at this guy. Roll call is out there.
Wow.
Long time no see.
What the hell?
He shortened it down to roll call. No 219 on there no more. Just roll call.
He's not sleeping at a Cubs game?
Guess not.
Pass that with a red stripe.
But yeah, good to see old roll call out there. But I remember when he used to do a live stream 100 years ago.
Rants and raves.
Rants and raves. It's
Got
notorious.
both of them. Rants and raves.
And it pretty much ended the career of Night Strike right then and there once that was over with. And he was the guy who invented the internet after all. So Abby says, my uncle also has a few handguns in his safe she can try out. Sounds like to me you got her set up. It's always good to try a few things before you decide what you're going to buy, for sure. Totally recommend that. Put some rounds through some different things before you make up your mind. I didn't do that. Well, I kind of did, but
Did you ever apply that method to wives?
I didn't shoot any of them.
No, just put some rounds through them. Trying them out before you buy.
Yeah, turns out that's not a good gauge of how things are going to end up, though. Abby says, no, I like the wife I have. There you go. Well, there's that anyway. Dale Pogue's out there. So what do you want to talk about out there in the chat? Go ahead and throw some topics out there you want to talk about. And if it's ethical and legal for us to discuss them, we will discuss them. George Cortez is also out there. All the old gangs coming in here. They're following roll call in. Well,
No, roll call had to show him the door.
That's probably right. Ooh. Maybe that Midnight Range character will sneak in here one of these days again. I hear if you say his name enough times, he might come in. So Midnight Range TM, if you're out there, show yourself. Don't just lurk out there. There's room for plenty in here. We've got 24 people watching this right now, 19 on the YouTubes, and 5 on the platform of Elon himself, X.com. Now, we do have a suggested topic here from one of our panelists. C4 Defense wants to know, if you had a marshmallow in your pocket, could you fly it to the moon?
Potato.
Potato. Not sure
I
about
have another
that.
one too.
Do banana bread before bed make the beast sleep?
I guess it should be does. Sorry.
I didn't want to be picky like that. M. Gabriel's out there, by the way. Hello. Abigail says the answer is Publix, not potato. You've been corrected.
To which question? Though? He asked two.
Well, it could be to both. As far as the first question, if you had a marshmallow in your pocket, could you fly it to the moon? Technically, you probably could if you had a means of getting to the moon. But what would happen to the marshmallow once you got to the moon? It would weigh far less than it does here. Would it expand? Well, that has to do with atmospheric pressure. There's no atmosphere on the moon, so it'd go like this. That'd be pretty cool, actually. As far as the banana bread before bed, make the beast sleep. I wish I had some banana bread. We'd have to try that out.
Well, depending on, actually, I'm curious now that you say that, Gary, because depending on if you're in the shade or in the sunlight, the temperature on the moon varies wildly.
You got a point.
In the sunlight, like that marshmallow is going to get really hot. Like theoretically, it could start doing that thing marshmallows do when they're hot and just start expanding. And if you put it in the shade, it's just going to freeze. I feel like when we go back to the moon, we need to get an astronaut to take a marshmallow.
So that'd be Katy Perry.
I don't care who does it.
She's an astronaut now. That's what I hear.
I feel like Katy Perry would be the easiest one to trick into doing it.
Alexis wants to know, how would zero gravity and no atmosphere affect the marshmallow? See, those are the kind of scientific experiments we need to do.
Zero gravity, what?
Can we leave her there? Katy Perry. How would zero gravity and no atmosphere affect the marshmallow?
Oh,
and then you threw in the temperature thing. So
I think the temperature thing would be far greater effect on the marshmallow than the atmosphere or gravity. And because the moon has gravity.
Yeah, so like 1/6, I believe, of the
something
Earth.
Like that.
Something like
We're gonna
that.
find some shade at there. I don't think there's any trees up there.
Just turn your back to the sun. And say a lot of craters will have shaded areas.
Yeah.
So roll call says, don't think I'm allowed in the Carolinas anymore. That's a shame. That is a doggone shame.
Definitely can't be loud in the Carolinas.
Well, here's a good one. Can I get in there? I can. Let's take a look at something real quick. Since somebody wants us to look at some 2A news, this is 2A news, and it's really applicable to what we've been talking about tonight.
What?
So I found an article on bearing arms. It's called "What Guns Women Really Seem to Favor." All right, by Tom Knighton.
They said size doesn't matter.
And it says, when women step into a gun store for the first time, a lot of the guys behind the counter have historically tried to direct them towards very small, lightweight guns, sometimes in pretty pathetic calibers, all because there was this notion that the ladies couldn't handle a big boy round like the massive 9mm or something. Yes, that was sarcasm. I've never really liked this way of thinking, and while it might be on the wane as more and more women become gun owners and a big part of the gun culture, thus shattering the myths that led to such so-called advice, there are some people who will never let go of those ideas. But even so, it might be nice to know what the ladies actually prefer. How can we do that? Well, there are a lot of ways, but a good one comes from A Girl and a Gun. They just held their national conference and published a report about what kind of guns were being used. Okay, and it says at the 2025 A Girl and a Gun National Conference, a total of 1,028 pistols were logged during the gear check process. Among the major brands, several standout models emerged as favorites among women shooters. Glock, who was the title sponsor of the event, had another strong showing with the G19, followed closely by the G34 and G17. Sig Sauer's P365XL also ranked highly, reinforcing its reputation as a viable option for everyday carry and training. Walther's PDPF series earned the top spot for the second year in a row across all brands and far outpaced other Walther models thanks to its ergonomics tailored specifically for women. Smith & Wesson showed a strong presence with a mix of Shield and M&P variants. This data gives us a clear view of which models women are truly choosing to train and carry based not on hype but on performance, comfort, and reliability. When it comes to pistols, here are what women prefer. And then there's a whole list of brands here. Of course, I'm not going to read this list, but you can see Glock has 21%, Sig Sauer 18%, Walther 15%, etc., etc. I don't see Taurus. Taurus is cleared down at 0%. Wow.
That's appropriate.
Okay. So, yeah, HK is number 5 on the list. Wow. Springfield number 6. So, there's also data on rifle, shotguns, holsters, the works, which is interesting. Now, as far as these numbers here, let's look at this for a second and consider what we're seeing. These guns represent some of the most popular brands out there, and when you look at the popular models, you'll see something interesting. There aren't a bunch of 32 and 380 pistols in the bunch. They're pretty much all 9mm. It's almost like women are capable of shooting a regular defensive caliber pistol like the guys are. Weird, right? Now, understand that some women might prefer those smaller calibers, and that's fine. I'd rather a woman have a gun on her person when something bad happens than be afraid of a larger gun and never carry it. Same goes for guys, so there is a balancing act here, but that's true of anyone. Honestly, what I'd like people to take away from this is while women and men are built very differently and a woman may lack the strength of the average man, that doesn't mean they prefer tiny, wimpy firearms. My wife, who is anything but a tomboy, can handle 9mm just fine and prefers my Glock 19 to most other firearms she's messed with. I have to believe that most women can. So, fellows, let's stop pretending women can't shoot many of the same guns the guys prefer. All right, what do you guys think of that? You agree, disagree?
First thing that jumps out at me is the lack of manufacturers that have a revolver. And the reason I bring that up is because after all those women that I interviewed for 2 Women Wednesday and stuff, most of them told me they didn't like revolvers. But then, I would sit in a couple after chats with, a couple other gun people that aren't on this chat, be like, I don't care, women, just give them a revolver. I'm like, from the ladies I'm talking to, that's actually not what they prefer. And like I said, Glock, HK, SIG, what you said, FN, not a whole lot of large revolver market there.
Well, Smith & Wesson was in the top 5.
Oh, but that's it.
Yeah.
What I've noticed, it's not necessarily the caliber that's the problem. It's the loading of the gun that could be the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why a lot of times the smaller calibers end up getting picked, or revolvers, because they're easier to load. Some of the slides on 9mm are a little tough sometimes for people with lower upper body strength or not being taught the proper mechanics on how to rack this log.
So want to say hello to Gun Websites. He's out there. Weston has joined us. Abigail, she's a Glock 19 fan. Alexis is heading to bed. All right. Well, glad you could come in and join us. Roll Call said, I sold a bunch to chicks, especially the EZ brand. So, yeah, it's an interesting article. I know. I mean, to put all women in a single category is just about as silly as putting anybody else in a single category. I mean, you've got women that are small and dainty. You've got women that are, rather on the large frame size and bigger hands that can handle just about anything. So
I say put them all in the same box.
Can't put them all in the same box. Well, they won't fit for one. Secondly, they won't get along with each other and they'll fight. So you can't have
Tear the hell out of that box.
Damn it, ladies, this is the third box this week.
George Cortez says, I spent the night at a Motel 6 extended stay and slept like a king. Okay. I didn't know they had such a thing. But, well, we've got a little bit of a lull in the action. I do want to mention, since we just saw G-Webs out there, that Gear Websites is your source for every Second Matters gun channels, gear, ammo ID, and more. Remember, they have stickers, patches, and other items, and every Friday is Free Patch Friday. When you buy cool stuff at gearwebsites.com. Just listen to this.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Okay, let's see. Abby says, Lucy likes revolvers, but her loadout is more interwar inspired. Roll says, at least it wasn't a Super 8. Yeah, you had a bad experience with Super 8, that's for sure. I don't think you're the only one that's had a bad experience at a Super 8. All right, so what else? What else do we have? Let's see. Of course I can't. I can't read that one. AK patches. Babby says this woman literally has an 1884 Veterli by her side of the bed. Not familiar with that. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's go ahead. If I can find my magic button here. And let's go ahead and play this.
Lizard Larry's got something for you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you. Large prostate won't slow him down, chasing grandmas all over town. Got a sidekick named George the Cat. Lizard Larry's got something for you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you.
So this is the official StreamYard giveaway tool. We only have 16 entries so far in the giveaway. I'll give you another minute or two. Give you another minute or two to enter. There's your hashtag on the screen, #FT311. That's for a chance to win a swag package plus the Aegis sample trifecta. Alex Parlin's out there. He just entered his hashtag. We got 17 entries. Let's try to get 20 at least. Got kind of a light crowd tonight.
They don't weigh much.
It don't weigh much, no. Well, they're on the moon, so they weigh 1/6 of what they would have weighed before, obviously.
Oh.
It has a lot to do with it. Yeah, we're up to 20. All right. Abby says it's an Italian bolt-action rifle that was a predecessor to the Carcano. Okay, now I know. All right. Well, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do the giveaway. Obnoxious One, if you could give me the official command to draw.
Do it now.
He says, do it now. So I did it now. And this week's winner is Guns and Barbecue.
Lame. I'd just like to start by saying yo and thanking the little people. This has truly been a great dumpster fire. I appreciate it.
Guns and Barbecue, are you out there in the chat? I don't see you out there. Must be
I don't see him either.
He said he had to be present. He's more present than anyone.
Mhm.
Are you saying he's gifted?
I get it.
My Rain Man?
We got blind 2A or 2A's blind on the chat though.
I guess I didn't even tell you what you're going to win. Now I'll tell
No,
you
you
what you
didn't.
want. Now I'll tell you what you want.
This tonight.
Yeah, you definitely just kind of did it in reverse order.
I did. It's not the first time, but I haven't done that in a while. Okay. Well, I can still show you. Here's what you're going to get.
Yay!
Redraw. First one don't
Put it
count.
in the box.
You're going to get the Gizzard Gary sticker along with the Fowl Territory sticker. Yeah, buddy. And you're going to get some stuff we don't normally give away because I found some unique stuff in my drawer. We got the Live Free Armory sticker. We've got excess sights because they are the fastest sights in any light. Or
Yes,
no
they are.
light, or no light at all.
That's what I hear.
You're gonna get the red Haterade.
Ooh.
It's got the likeness of our own Obnoxious One on there. You're gonna get the Papa Smurf. You're gonna get the Hell No Kitty. Yeah, you're gonna get. I found
Nice.
this Keltec sticker. Yeah, buddy.
Ooh. Is it held together with bolts also?
It is. Yeah,
Sweet.
this one that says Beretta Man 2A Defender.
Never heard of her.
This is an
But I
older
like it.
one I didn't know I had. It's a kind of a throwback Let's Go Brandon sticker from globalordnance.com.
Nice.
Then this from one of the beard companies I've bought for badassbeardcare.com. You're going to get a nice sticker from Civivi. You're going to get
Ooh.
this sticker from mmindustries.com, International Defense Rifles. You're going to get a sticker from Ron Wayne.
Nice.
And you're going to get a sticker from Gun Owners of America. Abigail says, who's Brandon? You're going to get this patch, the 2024 NRA Dallas patch from Palmetto State Armory. And you're
Holy
gonna
Santa Claus shit.
get this from SHOT Show 2025. This is from Zero Tech Precision Optics.
Ooh.
Yeah. And you're going to get this patch from Armacite.
Ooh.
And this patch from Shellback Tactical.
Nice. Getting all kinds of cool patches I don't have.
And then you're going to get this really uncommon set of coasters from EAA. You're going to get a full set, 7 in all. Yeah.
I'm so glad I have a family of 7.
Well, you've won so many of these, man. You could have.
Actually, I think I've only gotten like 2 sets of those.
They make good frisbees too, I imagine.
You got 2
Oh.
sets already?
I imagine.
That means you'll
I
have
might
21
have.
coasters soon.
That's right. And you're going to get another Gizzard Gary pin, so you can put that
Nice.
on another hat or a jacket.
Or my 6-year-old absconds with it.
They wouldn't do that, would they? You're not getting zipper pulls because, well, we're out of zipper pulls.
That's all right.
What? Zipper pulls are no mo. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I don't have any zipper pulls anymore. So that's what you're going to get. And the Aegis sample trifecta. So you're going to get the sample, the cleaner, the sample, the lubricant. I don't know.
Somebody vacuuming?
Yeah,
Well,
it kind of
sounds
sucks, doesn't it?
I feel like somebody's trying to say this sucks.
You're going to get the cleaner, the lubricant, and you're going to get the lithium grease, all from the good folks that are sponsor, Aegis Gun Care. Great.
No stinking way.
Great gun cleaning products from an American company you can trust, based right here, right in Idaho. You can't get much more American than Idaho, I tell you what. So
True. You can get boats and hose.
you can. So we've got somebody out there named Newer Irrigan Mix Vlogs. Okay. Well, welcome aboard. Let's see. Weston says, what kind of FT giveaway is this with no zipper pulls? Glad I didn't win tonight. Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who have a lot of zipper pulls. I imagine if Jacob started doing a live stream, he could give away zipper pulls and
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
wouldn't run out for quite a while. Barbecue's got a couple.
I got a few.
We got Vulcan Rumble out there. Welcome.
Remember the last time I won, you called me. You're like, you mind if I store it? I was like, heck no, keep all the zipper pulls. It's cool. My kids only have so many zippers on their book bags.
What about the jeans?
What's that?
What about their jeans? Put a zipper pull on your jeans.
Could.
You could. All right, so let's.
But Iwi zipper pulls on book bags are like a really fun way to send your kids to school with Pro 2A stuff, and nobody even realized what it is.
Yeah, because there's no pictures of guns or anything on there.
Mm-hmm.
Just what's IWI? I don't know.
I misspelled kiwi.
Okay, so we're going to go to the Gorn segment, and that's where you send stuff for me to put on the screen if you want to. And you send those items. If you want to email them in to me, send them to gorn@gizzardgary.com. That's GORN @gizzardgary.com. If you do so, please include your screen name in the email so I don't have to guess from the email address who it is, because sometimes those email addresses don't match up with who you are out there in the chat. And I don't want to read Joe Jones, at gmail.com and say, who's that? So let's take a look, because I do have some stuff out here. I presume, Sarge, that this stuff you put in the group chat is for Gorn. Is that true or not?
The one's labeled Gorn.
Do they say Gorn? Well, there's one that says Gorn. But are they all Gorn?
Well, I sent the 3, sent the word Gorn with them, and then I sent one more.
Oh, well, when I'm looking on my screen, the word Gorn is attached to the last one. So
Well, your screen is wrong.
I didn't. That's why I asked first. Just trying to clarify.
Let's send them in the Gorn window.
Whoops. Okay, so tell us what we're doing here.
That's where I introduced OB to some culture and got him to go to the Old Crow Medicine Show concert Saturday night.
So is he a convert now?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Are you signed up for 2-step lessons yet, Obi?
No.
Do you at least enjoy yourself a little?
A little bit. It was all right. It wasn't horrible.
And making fun of Stoller was fun.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it's Old Crow Medicine Show.
Okay, so let's see the next picture. Here we go.
That's the two old smokestacks from R.J. Reynolds Tobacco that was headquartered next door that are at the edge of the park there where we're at.
So are those gold or green or?
They're green lights shining on the brick smokestacks.
Oh,
And my uncle retired from R.J. Reynolds, so I thought that was kind of cool.
okay, so now.
And then
And then we have this. It says Summer Lark.
I thought that was a neat sign. That's the name of the concert series. I thought that was kind of cool.
Should have had Obi stand in front of that sign so you could have took his picture.
I guess I could have.
But
That always
Not-
works good at night when you have a lit background behind
Right.
somebody. They turn out to be great.
speaking of great pictures, I think this will make up for it. Because this is just outstanding. Look at these two celebrities that were spotted.
Look at those shirts.
Whoa, it's two Cincinnati Bengals.
Mhm.
It looks like he had fun anyway. Ozzy's out there, by the way. Abby says, I will suggest some power metal in the Discord. Okay. Is Sabaton tame enough for boomer lessons? I won't have any idea till I try it. G-Webs wants to know how many tigers were killed for that photo.
Just two.
Weston wants to know, did you go see Siegfried and Roy too? I don't think one of them at least is deceased, I believe. Let me check the email. We do have something coming in on the email from our good friend Jacob. He's got more than one picture here, so there's the first one. He said, saw a B-29 Fortress this weekend.
Aluminum overcast.
Okay.
That was a cool looking jet.
There's a close-up.
I'll have to get those things to line up like that.
Glad it's not running because it'd cut those people right in two. But you have to give them props for standing there. See what I did there?
No, I don't get it.
Yeah.
You and your hip slang.
And there's an angle shot.
Need some candid photography.
Looks like whoever took that went to the snob school of photography and cut the end of the wing off.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, those things are pretty wide.
I'd hate that to polish that thing, keep it clean. A lot of shiny stuff on there.
Just Windex.
Windex.
Yeah.
We saw one a few years ago at the local airport, and it was called Aluminum Overcast. It was a B-29. That's what they call that particular one.
Hasbro says Doc. Yep, it says Doc right on there.
Well, it's got Doc on it too.
That's what I just said, I think.
Yeah, the dwarf.
Off holiday.
And it's not the Cthulhu's nightmare of a dwarf from the live action Snow White.
So now we have some Gorn from G-Webs. Corn, actually. Get some fixed blade knives. Not sure I know what they all are. That's a Jorgensen. That's a Essie there. Guess I could. I just still really can't tell. I really can't read it. That appears to be. It's almost like a Civivi logo there. I'd say it is. Okay. Joker from Spain. That one we didn't know what it was. I've never been to Spain, but I kind of like the music.
I heard the ladies are insane there.
They sure know how to use it.
They don't abuse it.
Never gonna lose it.
Feels so good.
Okay, wait.
I like that one on the far right.
I'm just glad somebody else in the chat, in the panel, knew some Three Dog Night.
Yeah, Three Dog
Right.
Night.
A.A. Elvis.
Wade Axton sang it too. Yeah.
It's knife show time. See if he has any more pictures. Yes, we. Oh, wow. They're multiplying. That's what happens if you put 4 knives in a piece of wood. Eventually, other knives will join them. It turns out like this. One of them looks almost like a crescent wrench.
That is cool.
It makes for a nice picture. Okay. Somebody just joined. Who joined? Oh. Barbecue's back. I didn't know he dropped out.
I'm back. Sarge requested some candid photography, so I figured I'd send something in. And it's 2A at the same time. It's awesome.
I'm not going to ask what you took pictures of.
Put googly's eyes on it. Everybody will appreciate
Okay.
it.
This is from Justin Graham. He said, and it says, since when is this more attractive than this? And the ridiculous beauty standards set by globalist media, real magazines have curves. True or false?
That's fair.
I agree.
I believe
wow.
magazines can be whatever shape and whatever size they want to be.
Yes.
If it wants to be a 100-round magazine, it can be. If it wants to be curved, it can be. If it wants to be straight, whatever. I don't care.
So are you saying they can transform themselves into whatever they want to be?
I'm just saying I'm not judging the magazines. I like them all the same.
Okay. Also from Justin. In the next 20 years, when millennials start building hot rods. Good Lord.
That is hilarious.
That's just wrong.
I'm not quite understanding the exhaust on it because it's showing a open header and then it has a muffler down below. Looks like
Well, the header's just for show because that won't meet emissions requirements.
Probably not.
They just didn't take the muffler off. They're like, we'll just keep that there for looks. I actually heard those cars are incredibly safe, though. Like, apparently they've got a built-in roll cage to the whole thing. Like, the whole frame just goes up through the pillars and roof and everything.
Okay, bacon fact. People who eat bacon are less likely to blow themselves up. Were you aware of this?
Huh.
Math checks out.
Yep.
Are you aware that pigs are magical creatures? They turn vegetables into bacon.
Some good looking bacon. I want some bacon now.
Yeah, that bacon looks just too.
I know. Cooked just perfect. Okay. It's a little bit catty, but we're going to allow it. Okay. And it says, I don't make milkshakes because I don't want anyone in my fucking yard.
I like that one.
That's appropriate. I definitely don't want anyone in my yard.
No. Okay. And then you get this one. These are all from Justin, by the way. And he says, I don't care that it's photoshopped. I want one. That would be slick.
A Winnebago built on top of an M1. Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was from Star Wars. That was a land speeder.
Kicking up some sand, that's for sure. Okay, that's the last one on there. Now for the candid photography. Oh, well, it's gonna lose my audience right away.
Oh no! If they leave, they're missing out. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's Throwback Monday.
The subject matter in there is definitely old, that's for sure. All right. Out of fairness, I'll allow it this time. Look at that goomer, will you? That's a Thunder on the Prairie last year.
Good picture.
Can you give this to your daughter, Gary?
Give
And,
one
like,
to my daughter.
This photo, and then like 50 years when you pick the bucket, have her use it, in the newspaper. This would be awesome.
Okay.
I said 50 years, so like you got to live to 115. So
Man, I don't have that kind of money. I'm gonna have to go back to work if I live that many more years. That could be bad. Okay, so Abigail says, honestly, can relate. Tweakers need to stay off my lawn. There you go.
Agreed.
And she also says, honestly, that makes a lot of sense. None of my rifle mags are straight. Justin says that was after he kicked all our asses at pool. That's true. I ruled the pool table at Thunder on a Prairie. I took all comers. Bring it on.
Oh,
Sure did.
That's my game. And
Gonna
yes,
get you
Sergeant, anytime you want to shoot pool, you let me know.
I'm gonna get you some fake eyelashes.
that's your jam.
That's right. G-Web says, for what it's worth, M1 Abrams gets 0.57 miles per gallon.
Mhm.
You can afford the tank, you can afford the fuel.
And it's jet fuel for the record. That's a turbine.
A turbine?
Yep.
Oh, golly. All right. Well, I guess I don't see any more Gorn out there, so I think we're gorned out. Abby says 1,800 horsepower will only get 70 plus tons of steel ceramic and everything else so far on a tank of gas. That's probably true.
Mm-hmm.
Or fuel, since it's technically not gas. But anyway, let's go ahead and get that because we're going to go to our last segment, which is called What Did You Learn? We're going to go through the panel and ask if anybody learned anything today, and if so, what, and then let them promote their channel or whatever they'd like to promote. So, Obnoxious One, what did you learn this evening, sir?
Not a damn thing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Well, damn. Well, all right. Well, what have you got coming up?
Things. Possibly stuff.
I want to see your two-step video. When you
Nah,
take-
that's not happening.
Oh, that'd get views. Guarantee you that'd get views.
Good night.
I'm
going to bed.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for being here as always. Rich White, what did you learn?
I learned we have to have a competition between Gary and Hillbilly to see who can tell the worst spontaneous dad jokes.
Well, he's got more kids than I do. So
So you're saying he's got more experience?
he's got more experience. He's also got more grandkids than I do, too. So even though he's
They're not-
younger, he's been more
They're not
prolific.
granddad jokes.
Well, it could be if they're old enough. Rich, what have you got coming up?
I don't know. Maybe this show called This Week Unloaded on Sundays. Some Sundays, anyway.
Some
It's
Sundays.
It's at 9 p.m. Eastern. On
Just
the
tune
Unloaded
in
News
Sunday and
channel.
see if there's a show. That's how you find out whether there's a show.
Well, usually it's posted in the community tab on my channel if there's going to be one or not. But nobody reads that shit, so.
Well, that's true. Alrighty. Well, thank you for being here. And we'll go to Serge. What did you learn this evening?
I learned that at least 50 people will watch a guy listen to music on a YouTube channel.
Well, they'll subscribe so they get all the notifications, but I've had more than that watch.
At
I'm
least
not
50
sure
people
why.
will subscribe to watch a guy listen to music.
There's a genre of people out there that do this. There's some of them's got like 300,000 or 400,000 subs. They do nothing but music reactions. I'm not anywhere near that cool, but I thought I'd try to hop on the trend, and I'm having fun with it. That's the important thing. What have you got coming up? Nothing? Guess not. All right. Let's go to Hillbilly. What did you learn?
I learned that price on tax stamp on suppressors came down literally, about 5 months after I bought one.
Well, it
And-
hasn't happened yet, from my understanding.
No, it hasn't
Yeah.
happened yet.
Just
Well,
in time.
what have you got coming up on your channel? You do stuff, right?
Yeah.
Them things.
You got a holster video out today, and then let's see, Thursday you got a fun video coming out, and then let's see, Saturday we got Guns, Beer, and Therapy, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, and we got our VIP chat tomorrow night actually. So thanks
Now
for having
on
me, buddy.
Guns, Beer, and Therapy, you got to bring your own guns and your own beer, right? And you provide the therapy. Is that how that goes?
Pretty much, I guess.
All right. All righty. So everybody check that out. Thank you for being here. Let's go on to Guns and Blind or 2 a.m. Barbecue, whatever his name is.
Something
What
like
did
that.
you learn?
I learned that despite getting a Pope elected, the Bears still will not win a Super Bowl.
Son of a bitch.
But he is a White Sox fan.
I don't.
It's going to take more than the Pope.
I don't care about baseball.
I also learned Gary needs to watch Step Brothers.
I've seen Step Brothers.
And how do you not know Boats and Hose?
Probably do. I just don't immediately grasp and re-quote movie references like some people who that's the way they're wired. I just don't do that. I've seen that movie a couple times.
No guns me, no guns you. This is a Mexican standoff, and that was not our deal.
So what have you got coming up?
Absolutely nothing.
You've got this new channel. You should.
I do. So I've got a bunch of photography stuff keeping me busy right now. And I am trying to find a good video editor to use on my phone that is either super cheap, preferably free. So, because I'm not good at doing one takes. So once I find that, I'll put a bunch of stuff on the new channel. I have ideas.
If you had an iPhone, you'd have a free video app.
I would. I'm gonna say because I have the entire Adobe suite. Go figure. But the Adobe editor thing. Oh, you're talking about that silly iPhone. Yeah, that thing. I was thinking the Adobe video editor. The app only works for iPhone. Doesn't work on Android.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That sucks.
Yep.
Well, you should have an iPhone, so.
And an iPad and a Mac. Alrighty. Well, thank you for being here. Ozzy says, I learned that I work too late. I miss all the fun. I'm not sure if you'd have been here earlier, it'd have been any more fun, but I don't make that guarantee to anybody. So, as for what I got coming up, of course, for even my channel members, and there's a lot of you still out there, don't forget Wednesday night, the members only chat. That is at 8:30 p.m. Central. And we will give away a knife. I haven't picked this week's knife yet. I need to get that done, but we will be giving away a knife. Fowl Sure, we do that every week. One of the knives that I reviewed in the past will be given to one of my channel members. And then we'll be back for Fowl Territory 312 next Monday at 9 o'clock p.m. Central. But in the meanwhile, I want to say thanks to everybody for watching, whether you watched out there on YouTube, Facebook, or X.com. I appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody that's out there in the chat giving us stuff to talk about. All of my panelists for their outstanding, extraordinary, exemplary work. Thank you very much. And a special thanks to all.
Work?
This is work.
Oh, man.
A special thanks to all you channel members that help support the channel. I certainly do appreciate everything you do. You guys are awesome. And I want everybody out there to have a safe and pleasant week. Don't work too hard. And remember, as always, that if anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, give them the bird. That'll make it better. Always does. All right, guys. So go ahead and say your goodbyes to everybody. And then we will hit the end button. So we're on our way out. Here we go. Here we go, guys.
That was too long to say. I don't remember what all you said.
Just say
Bye,
bye.
everybody.
Goodbye to everybody.
It's amazing what you'll see once you're blind.
That's true.